Winnipeg. They've got to get to the 20-yard line. They're at the 21 right now. And the give is to Willard Reeves, who will have the first down. He was definitely inside the 20. And the indication is given by referee Lauren Woods. First down, Blue Bombers.
You know, Pat, that can really instill a lot of spirit in your offensive ball club, too, when the coach has enough confidence in your offensive line that even though it was a full yard on third down and you need to put some points on the board while you've got that win, he says, go get it, and they did.
The ball at the Montreal 19. No score with 8:55 left to play in the first half. Joe Poplawski at the 1-yard line. He went high in the air. Vince Faison tried to knock the ball down. Poplawski went high in the air to grab it for an 18-yard pickup.
Boy, you just can't believe this grab until you see it again. Watch this right at the 1-yard line, and Joe goes as high as he can to pick this football up. As Pat told you, right at the 1-yard line, the biggest offensive play of the game so far, by far.
First and touchdown to go, Blue Bombers. Willard Reeves, touchdown, Winnipeg. A short punt, a major penalty, a great catch by Joe Poplawski, and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are in the end zone with the first score of this ball game.
Just an excellent lead block going through there by Sean Keyhole. From 1 yard out, Willard Reeves puts it in the end zone.
Trevor Kennard's catch and set it up for Willard Reeves' touchdown. Tommy Clemens has moved the ball much more effectively with the wind than did Turner Gill. Tom has been good on 8 of 10 passes for 91 yards as Trevor Kennard kicks it deep. And Faison allows the ball to roll into the end zone. He's hoping that it will go out, but it does not do so. Consequently, it'll be another point for Winnipeg, make it an 8-0 score for the Blue Bombers. Faison was hoping the ball would roll right through the end zone.
Is that a break?
That's the...
You kick it 2 yards short of the dead ball line. Got of a break for the Bombers. That could be a big point.
But I think Faison was very wise to leave it in there because now, moving against the wind, at least they'll bring it out to the 35.
Even Murph had a small smile for that one. 83 yards, not 85.
Now, the Concordes have to move the football because this is the time in the game where Winnipeg can really subdue you. Bill's pass is caught by Todd Brown, and Brown has it over the 40 to about the 41.5 for a pickup of close to 7 yards. David Shaw, number 36, the cornerback on that side, was there to provide the defensive coverage. Well, there's the wind. We were telling you that it definitely is a factor, and certainly from a Montreal point of view, the going is tough right here.
But I think it's much more of a factor in the kicking game than it is throwing the football. Both quarterbacks have been able to throw short to medium length in any event against it.
And Turner Gill has a pretty good arm anyway. He doesn't get an opportunity to use it because he's sacked one more time.
Gary
John
Moulton, I believe, that time.
And Gary Moulton, both.
Moulton is number 69, a young linebacker originally at SMU. Played with New Jersey and the LA Express in the USFL after San Francisco 49ers, and he gets his first sack of tonight's ball game.
I think Turner was wise in going down because Tony Norman was getting set to put him in his sights.
I think you got to credit the defensive backs there too, Pat. They just didn't have anybody open downfield.
Now the Bombers are trying to duplicate that feat here at the stadium in Winnipeg. Statistician Bobby Layden points out that with the wind, the punters are averaging 19 yards better than when they're kicking into the wind. And there's a look at an injured Montreal Concorde player, number
Lloyd
66.
Fairbanks, Pat.
Yep.
He's going off the field because he injured his shoulder, and the doctor's taking him into the dressing room.
Good hit by Vince Faison on James Hood. Hood, the wide receiver, they were trying to set up that flanker screen to him, and he only got, maybe a yard and a half at most.
Pat, you talked about the Concordes hoping to defeat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers here. It's been a long time since anybody's done that at Winnipeg Stadium. They're looking for their 13th straight win here in the Manitoba capital.
Some people have never seen them lose at home.
That's right. It's back to 1983.
Oh, it's wide open for Clemens. He fires it at the final moment, and it's complete to Jerome Erdman at the 50-yard line for a first down. Clemens is amazing. I thought he was over the line of scrimmage. He knew exactly where he was. Picked out Jerome Erdman, drilled it in for the first down.
Pat, you were right. 11-yard gain and one more step by the 11-year veteran, and he would have been across the line of scrimmage, but Tommy knew that. I guess that's why he gets paid for playing down there and we don't.
Well, and some of us never had, but others had.
I wasn't going to say that.
The pass is complete to Faby. Just a little slant in, and he takes it into Montreal territory at about the 43-yard line for a pickup of 7 yards. Vince Faison made the tackle.
Well, they caught the Concorde in a little blitz of their own. Montreal has not blitzed Clements nearly as much as the Winnipeg defense has. Second down now, 3 yards, 5:50 remaining in this first half. Winnipeg leading 8-0.
Second down and 3 yards to go. Blue Bombers. They give inside to Pat Cantner, and Cantner has another Winnipeg first down. And this is the time of a ball game that the Blue Bombers can blow you away. They played it close to the vest in the first quarter. Now they've got their 8 points. They're looking for more. And if they get it, look out, because that's when they can run it up on you.
I really think, Pat, that they feel they have a big advantage in a win-blown game because of the kicking game. Cameron's so good kicking against that wind.
Toss goes to Willard Reeves, and Willard slipped down and may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but if he did, no further.
There was enough moisture prior to this ball game to make the field a little bit slippery, but that has not been a big factor so far.
I'll tell you what a difference a week makes. Last week, Willard was having trouble hanging onto the ball in Ottawa because it was so hot and muggy. Maybe the most humid day of the entire year, and the ball was just slipping away from him. He fumbled a couple of times. Today, he's got the ball, and it's cold, and as you point out, Riggs, he's slipping on the wet turf.
They fake the draw to Reeves, and then Clemens goes over the middle, and the catch is made by, you guessed it, Joe Poplawski. Another big play, another first down, as Phil Jones was forced to make the tackle from his safety spot. But Poplawski picks up 15 yards and a Winnipeg first down.
And Nick Volpe, our ISO director, has it for you as he just curls to the inside underneath that zone coverage. You see him wide open for several seconds. Phil Jones, coming from that safety spot, finally makes a stop at the 22-yard line. Still having a big night so far.
Hammond's pass is dropped by Sean Keogh. Well, Tommy would have been almost perfect tonight if everybody had hung on to the football.
Oh, both of his backs coming out of that backfield have dropped one right in their hands. Tommy says, what do I have to do?
Well, he's 12
for 15, and I know of 2 that have been dropped. I don't remember the other incompletion, Pat.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10, Blue Bombers, at the Montreal 22-yard line. Big play in this ball game coming right now. Clemens fires. Willard Reeves hangs on but does not have the first down as he's dropped at the 15-yard line by Ken Cianconi, number 75, and we will see Trevor Kennard in the field goal unit. So that's as good as Montreal could hope for in this situation, because the Bombers appeared as though they were getting ready to go in to score again, and might well have done so had Sean Keogh held on to the football.
He'll be able to kick this ball a mile. The wind is getting stronger than it was at the start. It's increasing quite a bit, as a matter of fact, and it's right at the back of Trevor.
Trevor, 108 points on the year, the leading scorer by
the first place British Columbia Lions. And they're expecting their biggest crowd in years in Montreal for that one. Turner Gill runs it to about the 40-yard line for a pickup of 5. Did a pretty smart play. He got the defensive defender to go up off his feet and then was able to slip by him to pick up a couple of yards in addition.
Winnipeg doing a good job downfield, though, Pat, in covering receivers. I was watching Nick Araki, particularly, who has been Turner's favorite receiver of late, and Winnipeg was all over him.
So make it 2nd down and 5, Montreal.
Winnipeg's going to come after you now.
Picked up pretty well. And Gill gets very close to the 45-yard line, which is the 1st down marker. Now, if they spot it on the 45, they're pulling it back to about the 44. They didn't give him much of a break on the spot.
No, he's going to be about 1.5 feet short, but this is what I thought Gill would do early in the ball game. Get outside so he does have the option of running with that football. A very unusual year in the Canadian Football League. This far through the season, 4 out of the top 10 rushers in the CFL are quarterbacks, and Turner Gill being one of those 4.
Mind you, the reason for that, Riggs, is nobody runs the football anymore. I mean, BC with Kevan Jenkins early in the year did, and Winnipeg with Willard Reeves, but, I mean, Ottawa, they forget it. They just don't run it. Gill keeps it himself, and the ball came loose, recovered by Montreal, but if they spot it there, they'll be short of the 1st down. They're ruling 1st down Montreal. Now, the fans are upset because they felt the ball was fumbled and then recovered inside the 45, which is probably true, but I think they gave him his forward point and then ruled that he was stopped at that point.
The other thing that can happen in those circumstances, too, Pat, is you can fumble the football. The other team gain possession of it momentarily, and then you get it back. It's going to be a 1st down anyway.
Gill's pass is caught by Nick Araki, a fine fingertip catch, and Big Nick just hurdles over people inside the Winnipeg 50 to the 47-yard line. Number 79 will give you everything he's got on every play that he's in the ball game. Picks up 18 yards. Let's watch it.
Watch Ken Haley, number 24. He makes the defensive back gamble. He thinks he can knock this ball down, trying to stretch in front of the big 6'6" Araki. He does not do so, and a very important 1st down for Montreal.
With 1:59 left to play in the half. On the draw, Alan Reed. And Reed fights his way to about the 41 or 42-yard line. He did a good job to pick up anything. Darrell Patterson, 76, brought him down, but it appeared for a moment as though on that draw play, Alan Reed was going to be nailed in the backfield. Joe Galat, he's done everything you could ask of a football executive. He's put that club together along with Bob Geary, worked night and day, and finally they're reaping the rewards. 2nd down, 5 yards to go, Montreal. Here come the Bombers again, but it's picked up well. The pass was bobbled. It was intended for Dwayne Wilson. He had it momentarily, couldn't bring it down.
Pat, just an excellent job of protecting their quarterback, and Gill delivered that football. It was right there, another pass coming out of the backfield into the flat that should have been caught.
And what a big play that would have been for Montreal, because it would have kept the drive alive. As it is, they now send Mike McTagg into the ball game, and he'll be punting on 3rd and 5 from the 42-yard line.
He needs a big one here, Pat. He has not kicked the ball well against the wind.
He hangs this one high. Keogh makes the catch at the 15, and a flag comes down. We're going to have a no-yards penalty assessed against the Concordes, and Winnipeg is going to have possession out around their 30-yard line. Following tonight's game, the Carling O'Keefe Sports Game Stars will receive a Royal Canadian Mint 1-ounce gold coin presented by Kodak, makers of the new 8mm Codavision video systems featuring the portable all-in-one camera and recorder from Kodak.
No yards. Montreal 75. 1st down.
A no-yards penalty is assessed against Ken Cianconi. Winnipeg has possession at their 32-yard line with 1:23 left in the half. Bombers out in front, 11-0. Pass is complete to Faby, and Faby takes off down the sidelines. There is a penalty marker on the play. He's all the way down to the Montreal 38-yard line. This one is going to come back. Illegal interference against the offense. Obviously a pick play, I would think.
Boy, a big gainer, over 40 yards for Faby, wiped out.
Hey, he showed me some speed. I didn't think he
He
had
did
that
for a
kind
big
of
guy, doesn't he? Winnipeg will scrimmage back at their 22. Let's hear the call.
Offensive forward pass interference. Winnipeg 29. First down repeated.
Jerome Erdman, a little pick as Pat had so adroitly pointed out to you.
How'd I get that one right?
I don't know. How'd you like the adroitly?
The adroit was good.
Erdman coming from that outside did pick up a defensive back from the Concord. Couldn't see the number.
So on 1st and 20, Willard Reeves takes the pitch, and he gets out to the 37-yard line. Oh, that's a very good run by Willard Reeves before being brought down by Andre Francis, the cornerback, number 1.
Well, you see those big offensive linemen get around that corner, and you're going to have some room to run. Now it's just 2nd and 5 after 1st and 20 that Tom Clements was facing. 1:10 remains now in the first half.
Good run by Willard Reeves of 15 yards. Clements quickly inside to Faby. The ball comes loose, but they rule an incompleted pass. Vince Faison put a lick on him and forced Randy Faby to cough up the football.
Well, Vince, of course, a former Winnipeg Blue Bomber, the obvious leader of that defensive backfield for the Concord, and you know that Faby's going to be looking for him next time they throw this little look in. Bam!
Vince Faison, the 10-year veteran, and certainly, as Frank has pointed out, the real solid force in that Montreal secondary, which has been outstanding this year. Cameron's punt doesn't turn over. Preston Young takes it at the 27-yard line, ducks under the first wave of tacklers, and then is dropped at about the 31. And so with 57 seconds left, Turner Gill and that Montreal offensive unit will come back onto the field. At halftime tonight, the CFL this week, the highlights of games that were played in the CFL in the past 7 days. And we'll take a look at Nick Bastaya, the fine offensive left guard of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Frank and I will be around with the first half highlights.
Bastaya picked Lineman of the Week last week in the Canadian Football League.
Gill sets up the screen. This is Alan Reed, and Reed slips down. As Frank mentioned, we did get some precipitation in Winnipeg this afternoon, so the field is a little bit slippery. Reed couldn't maintain his balance on that occasion.
Pat, you'll recall talking about this ball game before it started. We felt that the containment by those linebackers on either side were the real key defensively for Winnipeg, and Jones and Robinson have done an excellent job of it so far. They've been helped by some great pressure from the inside as well. They've sacked Turner Gill 3 times in the first half.
38 seconds left to play in the half. 2nd and 14, Montreal.
Here they come again.
Pass is caught by Nikaraki, and he's forced out of bounds at the 37-yard line. He'll be 4 yards short of the first down. So with 28 seconds left, Ken Haley, who made the tackle on the play, has forced Montreal to punt.
And Iraqi with 150 yards against Saskatchewan last week and 127 in the first game against the Bombers is the big offensive factor once again for the Concord. 28 seconds remains now, and the Bombers will not have much time to try and add to their 11-0 lead.
4 catches for Nikaraki this evening for a total of 50 yards.
Winnipeg, of course, going to try to tie the BC Lions for first place, at least temporarily, in the Western Division of the CFL. However, I think we've got a...
Well, Cal is upset. First of all, he probably has called a timeout, but he wants to know why the clock is running when Nikaraki was hit and went out of bounds.
And went out of bounds. He's absolutely right. I think the officials are going to come over and talk to the official timekeeper now. 10 seconds had peeled off of the clock. It's showing only 18 seconds at the south end of Winnipeg Stadium here now.
The clock should not start until the snap of the ball. There should be 28 seconds left on the clock.
Well, Pat, as you know, there's 2 ways they can handle that. They'll either unofficially keep those 10 seconds and not start the clock for 10 seconds, or they might rewind it. As you can see, There you go. They rewound it. That's the answer to that one.
They got all the newfangled gadgets here in
How
Winnipeg
about
now.
that? Clocks and everything.
Yeah. Since you left town, you see.
That's right. That's more than a day and a half ago, though.
They've done a great job with this franchise. They promoted so well. Everybody is a football fan in Winnipeg. It's a real big factor here in this community. So the clock will start on the snap of the football. McTagg hangs it high. This is Scott Flagel at his 44-yard line. And Flagel dives over the 45 to about the 48 with 20 seconds left to play. So that's time for Tommy Clemens to complete a couple of passes and set up a possible field goal by Trevor Kennard.
Kennard's had a 54-yarder already this year, Pat, and with this wind at his back, I'm sure they might try even a longer one if it comes down to the last play of the game, or last play of the half, I should say.
11-0. Blue Bombers out in front in the final few seconds of the first half. Clemens fires over the middle. It's complete to Sean Keogh. Keogh is in Montreal territory at the 53-yard line with 14 seconds left on the clock.
One more like that, and they're definitely in Trevor Kennard's range.
Second down, a couple of yards to go. Clemens' pass is caught by Sean Keogh for a first down at the Montreal 48 with 7 seconds left. Ken Cianconi rode him to the turf.
Well, timeout now called by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They've got to try and figure out whether they want a chance one more play with 7 seconds showing. Tom Clements going over to talk to Coach Cal Murphy about that very subject. Cal's going to tell him, look, if you want to run it quick, whatever else you do. There's your Western Division standings. As I mentioned, Winnipeg trying to move into at least a temporary tie with the league-leading BC Lions and spread a little room between themselves and the Edmonton Eskimos. Montreal could really open a gap if they could knock off the Bombers here. Yes, Bill.
I was going to say, Frank, that the excitement created this week was created by Joe Galat when he said that he saw Shaw, the defensive back for Winnipeg, played a soft corner. Shaw took a few shots at Galat. And one of the papers today said there was more excitement around Bombers' office than we've had in months because of what Galat said. It's nice to hear a coach finally saying something, but I noticed at the press conference when he was asked about it, he said, all I said was that Trevor Kennard was short and Cal Murphy was fat. I didn't say about their defense. But I'll tell you, he is a refreshing guy to have in this league.
They're not going to take a chance because with only 7 seconds left, if you complete the pass and the guy doesn't fall down, you're going to run out of time. So
he can hit it from here anyway.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He feels he can hit it from 80 yards with the wind. This will be a 55-yard field goal try. It's wide, and Phil Jones runs it out of there. And he goes down, and that will be the final play of the half. Is going to enjoy the advantage of having the wind at their back, and they will have the football to start play here in this third quarter.
Winnipeg had the choice, and they elected to kick it out.
A very alert play by the Concordes because Winnipeg was converging on that football. Fortunately, Dwayne Wilson was able to get there before anybody else, and so Montreal takes over at their 35-yard line. But, Riggs, if we're going to have a football game here tonight, Montreal's got to score some points in this third quarter because you know the Bombers are on the fourth.
I think you're absolutely right, Pat. And once again, the big factor, the advantage the Winnipeg Blue Bombers
begin with the ball at their 36-yard line to start play here in the second half. Winnipeg leads it 11-0. Hill's pass is complete. And that's Mike McTagg with the reception for a first down over the 46 to about the 47 before he was touched down by Ken Haley. Pickup of 12 yards on the first pass play of this third quarter. Turner Gill complete to Mike McTagg, and Jacques Chapdelaine, number 88, is in the ball game now, replacing the injured Todd Brown. Chapdelaine, formerly of the BC Lions. Pass is caught by Chapdelaine, and he's very close to another Montreal first down at the Winnipeg 53-yard line. He'll be short by about a yard.
You'll notice that Lloyd Fairbanks is back out on the offensive line. He has slightly bruised ribs. That's why he went and missed most of the second quarter, but they hope he's going to be able to finish this ball game.
Bill, maybe you could find out for us if Jeff Boyd is going to be back in this ball game, because I don't see him on the sidelines for Winnipeg. Alan Reed was upended the moment he got the ball on a fine play by Gary Moten, the inside linebacker, number 69. And that will deny Montreal the first down.
Moten sure showing his ability. Started out professionally with the San Francisco 49ers for a year and a half, and as we mentioned, was with New Jersey and the LA Express in the USFL. A big defensive play for the Winnipeg Blue Bomber linebacker.
Because now Montreal will not take a gamble here. They're short by 2 full yards, so Coach Joe Galat sends Mike McTaggart, the punting unit, on the field.
I agree with that one, too. Kick it down there and make Winnipeg drive 100 yards or so against that breeze, or give up a single.
We have just begun play here in the third quarter.
Briggs, I just checked, and Jeff is going to come out and just see how it feels, and he may try to play, but I think it's very doubtful. They've left it up to him pretty well. And it's a shoulder problem. Very doubtful if he'll see any more action.
Well, we've got a time count violation against the Concordes. I don't understand this one, unless they were a man short.
They only had 11 people.
Yeah.
They were counting it there, and they did not get all of their people out on the field. Tony Johns was
Time count violation.
late.
Montreal 14. Third down repeated.
Mike says, sure, blame it on the punter.
Sean Keogh and Ken Haley, 39 and 24, are back to receive this punt for the Blue Bombers. We're doing Toronto to meet the Argos. Ticats just 2 points back from Toronto in the battle for the third and final playoff spot, and Edmonton will be at Taylor Field in Regina for a big game against the Rough Riders. Edmonton currently 2 points in front of Saskatchewan for the final playoff spot in the Western Conference. As the Blue Bombers start at their 21-yard line with the first down. Willard Reeves on the draw. And Willard with a good run out to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 19 yards for Willard Reeves, the great running back from Northern Arizona.
Well, a great cut at the line of scrimmage, Pat, as Willard now has picked up 57 yards on the ground in this ball game, and that is extremely critical going against this breeze. Keep possession of the football.
Clemens' pass is caught by Reeves, and Ken Chantoni finally rides him down, but it's another Winnipeg first down out to their 52-yard line.
Pat, we've got an injured Winnipeg Blue Bomber on the play. As you take a look at it once again, Tommy dropping back and looking to his left all the way to throw that football. You know, Pat, you talked about the big game.
General manager as well.
Pat, our Western crew had the opportunity to do the Montreal Concorde against Saskatchewan in Regina. Those are two of the most up coaches I've ever seen in my life. Of course, Joe Galat here again tonight.
First down, Blue Bombers at their 53-yard line. They lead it 11-0. Clemens sets up the screen, and Sean Keogh is upended immediately. Aaron Hill sliced him down after a pickup of maybe a yard or two. But, you know, Tommy looks like vintage Clemens tonight. He's confident. You know, his play selection is excellent. He's throwing the ball with authority.
As you said at halftime, if everybody that caught balls thrown right to them, he might be 100% tonight.
Blue Jays from Toronto leading the Yankees 3-2 in the 6th inning. Very critical series for them. Clemens' pass is caught by James Hood. He caught it in front of Harry Skipper down at the Montreal 36-yard line.
Boy, what a great throw by Tommy Clemens. An 18-yard gain when it was 2nd and 8. And Tommy put it right on the money as James Hood goes up high and gets the completion down to the 37-yard line of the Montreal Concorde.
Got another injured player on the field. It's Sandy Armstrong, their right defensive end, number 81.
About their own 20-25-yard line. They've moved it into scoring territory. 18 of 22 now for Tom Clemens. What a great night.
played 4 minutes of this third quarter. The handoff goes to Willard Reeves. He was able to slide out of the grasp of number 71.